Close your eyes and picture the Middle Ages. You probably see mud, you see stone, and above all, you see a world washed out in greys and browns. We have been conditioned by Hollywood to view the past through a filter of grime. But this is a lie. The medieval world was riotously, aggressively colorful. Color was status, color was language. And the people responsible for this language were the dyers. But to create the colors of heaven, these artisans had to work in the conditions of hell. Welcome to the workshop of the medieval dyer.
If you walked into a dyer's district in 14th century York or Florence, the first thing to hit you wouldn't be the color, it would be the smell. Before you can dye wool, you have to scour it. Sheep are greasy animals. Their wool is coated in lanolin. If you dip raw wool in dye, the color just slides off. You need a degreaser. And in an age before industrial chemicals, the best source of ammonia was sitting right in the chamber pot. It was called Lant, stale, fermented human urine. It was so valuable that families would collect it to sell to the dyers. The dyer would stomp the wool in a mixture of hot water and Lant for hours. It was back-breaking, stinging, foul work. But once the grease was gone, the chemistry began. You can't just boil a shirt with some rose petals and expect it to stay red. You need a mordant, a chemical bridge to glue the color to the fiber. This is alum. To the medieval mind, it was a necessary expense. To us, it's a metallic salt. Without this invisible step, the medieval world would have been as grey as the movies suggest.
Now we come to the masterwork, the color of the people. Blue. To get blue, you need woad. But woad is a jealous plant. The blue pigment in woad isn't soluble in water. You can boil it all day and the water will stay clear. To make it dissolve, you have to rob the water of its oxygen. The dyer creates a fermentation vat, adding woad balls, bran, madder, and wood ash. He carefully controls the heat. Too hot, the dye dies. Too cool, nothing happens. And this is where the magic happens. Inside the vat, the wool looks yellow-green. But the moment the dyer pulls it out, watch. As the air hits the wet fabric, oxygen rushes back in. The chemical bond snaps shut. Right before your eyes, the green transforms into a deep, permanent blue. To the medieval peasant, this looked like alchemy. To the dyer, it was just Tuesday.
It looks beautiful, but the stakes were terrifyingly high. Dyers didn't usually own the cloth they worked on. Merchants brought them expensive woven wool, worth months of wages, and paid the dyer to colour it. If the vat was too hot, the wool would felt, shrinking and hardening into a useless mat. If the dye was uneven, the merchant would refuse to pay and sue for the cost of the cloth. One bad batch could bankrupt a family. This is why the dyer was an empirical scientist. He didn't know the periodic table, but he knew exactly how much wood ash to add to balance the acidity of a vat by taste and touch.
So the next time you picture the Middle Ages, scrub away the mud. Picture a world of vibrant, shouting color. But remember the price paid for it. It was paid in the stinging ammonia of the scouring tub, the heat of the fermentation vat, and the stained blue hands of the artisan who turned chemistry into culture.
The vibrancy of this new crimson pigment is superior to all others. We will adopt this standard immediately.
If you want to look deeper into the recipes of the past, the information in this video was pulled from archaeological textiles found at Coppergate in York, and the 15th century craftsman's manual, the Plictho. Thanks for watching. Join us next time for another deep dive into the portals through history.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.